Oh, look at this. What's happening here? Guy's standing here. It's rerouting itself. Alright guys, welcome to another Rate This Drive video. A couple things. First off, I'm about to turn on the new auto wipe setting here. We're actually having one of the most record-breaking wet days in Washington. And this is Washington, Seattle area. So we're gonna really test how well these wipers work in a really crazy downpour. As you guys know from watching the channel, I hate the wipers. They're either way too slow, and then with this new update, now they're way too fast. But this is gonna be the heaviest rain it's ever been tested against, and at high speeds as well. So let's just see if I don't have to do any interaction with it. So right off the bat, I did notice when I accelerated that the wipers did pick up speed a little bit. Now, before we get started here, I did learn something new. I was watching A1 Tesla's channel, and he was talking about the wipers when he went out to test them, and he said something quite interesting I didn't know. But so I don't take his words, I'll just put it up here for you.
So the new software update, what they've done is they've added a bunch of images of raindrops to the neural network. This is the Deep Rain neural network, and they've added 1 million pictures of what raindrops look like from the cameras up front there, because with the rain sensors, it's actually just figuring out with the cameras what raindrops look like with the three cameras up front there. So it's pretty interesting to see what happens. Now the cool thing is they've looked at this and realized, you know, it's not going to work perfectly every single time. So what they've done is, as you're driving, if you need the wipers, if you push the button, as long as you're in the automatic wipers, it's going to learn that you want something extra. You need the wipers to do something extra for you. So it's going to start learning that process. So you can teach your car something. Even though your car is the smartest car in the world, you can teach your car something.
So, you know, isn't that quite interesting? I mean, it's got some kind of a brain attached to it now. So every time you hit the little button over here on the left side, on the wipers, it's going to kind of learn and adjust the speed based on how it learns you like your wipers. That's really cool if that actually works. Now, you guys might have noticed that there's a brand new rating system up here. Okay, so what I've done now is I made a little bit more low profile, and if you guys remember what the last one looked like, here, I'll put it up. And now here's a new one. Here's the old one. Here's the new one. Old one, new one. The other one, I had a couple of you guys mention that, you know, it was kind of bulky, and hey, it was our first draft, and I couldn't agree more. So I made this lower profile one. I like keeping the rating system live while we're doing it rather than just doing it at the end. So besides the windshield wiper thing, because that's not all that exciting, on this Rate This Drive, what we're going to be looking at once we get on the freeway up here is I'm going to try and just do a couple things that a couple of our subscribers had asked about. To be honest, I think I know the answer to these questions. I just haven't actually physically done it. And so the one question is, how does it respond when you're right next to a car, when you're not in Navigate and Autopilot, just regular Autopilot, and you just turn the blinker on when you're right next to a car? I've done that on Navigate and Autopilot. I mean, you obviously see what it does, but let's just kind of mess around with that a few times and just see how well the car decides what to do when it's right beside it. And so what's going to happen is it's either going to slow down or speed up. I'm guessing most of the time it's going to slow down, not speed up. So we'll try to create some opportunities for that. Okay, so on this part of the road, we're going past a construction site, and what we want to watch here on this is it going to veer away from all these cones as we go past it? This is an interesting test I actually haven't ever run. So let's just see here. I mean, you kind of see where the path is. We see all these cones out here. Is it going to steer away from it? I don't know. It's certainly not obvious if it is. Wait, that did swerve a little bit. Oh, interesting, guys. Look at this. It's rerouting itself because of the cones. The road did not just go there. What? This is not the normal road that we drive on, guys. This is something entirely new, and it is figuring it out right now on its own. There's no lines. It's using the cones as the sideline for this road. Holy cow, that is awesome. This is all new sidewalk. This whole street is new. But look what it's doing, guys. It's limited it to 25. I cannot go any faster in the construction zone. Look at this. I had no control over that. I got to run this light. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt your drive, but there's a few things I want to talk to you guys about real quick. First, tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and we've got a lot of family in town, so there may be a little bit of a delay in videos for the next couple days. Second, Merry Christmas! Third, as you're watching this video, our channel has just clicked over 2,000 subscribers, guys. From 1,000 to 2,000 in 4 days, so thank you all very much. And number 5, do you guys like giveaways? All right, back to your drive. Okay, so we're just now getting on the freeway here. Continuing on our Rate This Drive challenge. For those of you who are new to this, as soon as I get on to this freeway, I'm gonna put it on to cruise control. Let's see here. And as soon as I see that there is their steering wheel, so I put it on. I put it at my set speed, about 7 over the speed limit. My hand stays down here on the bottom part of the steering wheel. I don't touch the brake. I don't touch the accelerator. I don't steer the car. I don't change lanes. It does it all for me. But look at what's happening here. See, it did. Oh, we're not navigating. Let's get to work here. We'll navigate to the office where we're going. See, poor weather, navigate and autopilot unavailable. So there you go, guys. The weather is not going to allow us to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to just do this challenge today on manual lane changes and how it handles it in these crazy conditions. I mean, look at the street. Straight nasty out there. The wipers are doing great. I don't have any complaints with how they're running today. Again, my problem though is that they go too fast, and in this kind of condition, I mean, there's no too fast. So it's slowing down, so I'm going to do a manual lane change. Instantly gets over, smooth as butter, just the way we like to see it. Nice, nice. And the wipers did pick up again all of a sudden there, so that's pretty cool. Now I do have it on navigate and autopilot, so if it ever does calm down enough, it will jump over. But it's certainly not going to in these conditions. Which is interesting. Those of you guys who live in Washington or really wet states like this, are you concerned about this fact? Because, I mean, it does this a lot of times throughout the year. So does that mean then that full stop driving is going to have a whole nother set of challenges here that it doesn't have in like California and other states that don't have the water like we do? Because, I mean, autopilot works just fine. Now, hey, we're right in front of this car here. Let's just do this lane change and to see how, okay, so it's gonna wait, slow down, and cut in, and you can't really see it because the water, but that was actually really good. I'm gonna now, we have another car coming up, but I'm gonna get over again, pull over. There's a truck coming back here, but it's not close enough you can see it. There it was right there. So lane changes have been great. The weather doesn't appear to be affecting that at all on the manual lane change. By the way, you guys, if you don't have the manual lane change, you are missing out. That is the coolest thing, because you think about what happens there. The second you push this, like I'm right next to this truck, right? Like I'm right next to him. Look at that. It will not let me do it. Let's suppose I didn't see that truck, but look at how far it's letting me go past it before it actually goes. I mean, look at that. It's like so perfect. Think about what's happening there. So let's say that you didn't see that car, you forgot to check your blind spot, and you turned your blinker on. In a normal car, you would just simply go over. Now, if you have a newer car like my MDX, there's a little tiny sensor on the side that'll beep at you if there's a car there. But just think about how safe that is. All I do is flip on that blinker, a hard press up, and boom, just like that, it gets me over. Now, we're actually going to address a question that one of our subscribers had here, and he said, what happens if you don't do a full press on the lever here? And so we got a car coming up pretty quick on us up to the side, but as soon as we get a chance here, we're gonna try that out and just see if it turns lanes. Because you can, if you just sort of press it, it turns the blinker on, but it only blinks 3 times. I don't think it's gonna actually change lanes for that. But let's give it a shot here. So here we go. So half press, nothing. Half press. Okay, so it makes the lanes, chops the lane up, but it doesn't actually make the lane move. So it does require a full press to make it do a manual lane change. Good to know. Thank you, subscriber, for asking that question. Okay, so we've got a couple cars coming up here. The next thing we're going to be looking at is, will these cars, and it looks like we're going to get right beside them, but the thing is, the car does see them, so you don't have to worry. So watch the car, it's slowing down. I'm not doing anything, it's going to let them in. We're going to be kind of close to it, but you know what? It's totally fine. And I'm gonna go ahead and manually do a lane change here. Because again, this is not a navigate an autopilot rate this drive challenge, because it can't navigate an autopilot right now. And so what would happen at this stance if you were in navigate on autopilot versus just regular autopilot is it would have gotten us back over. So I'm gonna do that myself now. And see what happened there is the car would have probably just changed its mind had we been in regular NOA or in navigate on autopilot, because look at this car is actually slowed down. And so the car would have saw that through its radar down there. Okay, I know guys, I sometimes point up here to the radar, but that's the 3 cameras, radar's down on the bumper. Okay, so what it would have seen that and not, it would have changed its mind about getting over. So I'm gonna get over here, but it still saw that car, you saw it turn red, and got over in perfect form there. But think about the security around that. You got cameras looking all around your car, sensors all around your car. Like, you tell the car to get over and it doesn't think it's safe. If it's not safe, you're not gonna get over. Just think about the security in that. All right, so we've got a car coming up behind us. He obviously wants to get over. If we take a look at where he is there, you can see him coming up. So I'm gonna just do a lane change here. There's a car right beside me. See what it does? It makes that car red. So it lets us know that it knows it's there, which is such a great feeling to know. It waits till it's safe, so we're not cutting off the truck behind us, and then we let it pass. So this guy then gets to go past. We didn't make any dangerous lane change. Absolutely perfect. Look at the wipers, they've slowed down now. Let's test this out. Let's see if we can make it work what A1 Tesla was talking about here. So let's press the button. Okay, so that didn't make any change. Press it again. Nothing. Okay, so we're slowing down here. I'm gonna do a manual lane change. By the way, I'm not touching the wheel. On Navigate and Autopilot, I don't recommend that, by the way, but on Navigate and Autopilot, you do have to have your hand on the wheel for it to do the auto lane change. But if you're in manual, or you're doing a manual lane change, and by that I mean you're in autopilot and you actually tell it by moving the lever up and down to do the lane change, you don't have to have your hand on the wheel. You could just tap it. Again, I don't recommend that. Right now, Tesla's very clear. They want you to always have your hand on the wheel, and you should, until they release full self-driving, in which case then I'll be working while I'm driving between meetings. That's gonna be so great, guys. Okay, so we got a car beside us. Let's put a lane change in. It sees the car right away, even though we're in crazy weather. Look at it, waiting to find a good spot. We're waiting, and then it goes. And that worked out really good. Now, we did get kind of close to that car, but that's because that car decided to be a dick. And as soon as we started coming over, it accelerated. So that's on them.
Now I have that one stuck in my brain forever.
Oh, man. Oh, look at this. What's happening here? Guys standing here. Oh, man. Wow. So I couldn't get over because there was a car right beside me. I want to go back. Let's go back and relook at that clip. So now I didn't notice this while I was driving, but watching the playback here, the car was actually able to render a picture of a human being while driving 65 miles per hour in torrential downpour, lots of water coming up off the road. You could see it there appear for a second on the screen. That's actually very impressive. Let me know what you guys think of that, because that to me seems like a pretty difficult thing to be able to capture at that speed in these weather conditions. And if it can pick up people like that, and you could see that the car is pulled over on the side a little bit there, that's actually really impressive. So what happened just there was that guy was standing on the side of the road, and the car saw him at the last second and braked and swerved a little bit to get out of its way. That was very good job on the car's part. It noticed that car on the side of the road and was ready to react if it needed to. You guys look at this. My visibility is maybe 100 feet here max. Okay? Like max. Let's test this out. I got a truck coming beside me. I'm gonna do a lane change right now. Look at that. It doesn't matter how bad the weather is. Boom. A nice sharp turnover. Wonderful job again. I mean, I maybe have 50 feet of visibility now. So we're gonna get up here and we're gonna take an exit up here and give this jump in another lane here. So far though, I'm just so impressed. I mean, we've dealt with a lot of new things on this drive already. Like if I'm right here, I'm gonna put the lane change on. It's gonna let us accelerate, not slow down this time because we're going faster. It's gonna pull us into that lane perfectly. And then we're gonna be ready to hit that exit. So guys, we're gonna wrap this drive up there because I'm super impressed. We 10 out of 10 for sure on this Rate This Drive challenge. No need to move it. It's kind of cool. I wish I could show you guys what it looks like when it slides. I mean, it's not that exciting, but it's new. But we'll have to get it on the next one. Guys, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a comment below. Ask questions. Let me know what you like, what you don't like about navigating Autopilot. What do you guys want to see more of on the channel? Fill me in, you guys. We are growing so fast right now. I'm so excited for what's happening. You guys have blown my expectations away. Your comments are so interesting. You guys are so nice and so kind with what you guys say. I'm just so fortunate to have subscribers like you guys, so thank you so much, and let's push this thing further and further. Thanks guys, I'll see you on the next one. Hey guys, thanks again for watching one of our videos. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're already a subscriber, thank you, and if not, please consider. I try to post on a weekly basis at least once, and really with this channel, I'm just going to be tracking all the updates, tracking what you can do with the Tesla, and what it's like having one. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.